Okay, so I see that just a couple hours ago, the Comeback Kids, really good classical YouTube channel, shout out, covering all the news. They have uploaded a really good comprehensive Classic WoW Season of Discovery news video as we go into Phase 3, and I can already tell we're talking about some big issues. Let's watch this, and I think we have some stuff to add to this as well. Let's deep dive this.
Okay, with 5 days left before the official launch of Phase 3, we're getting news.
5 days. Oh my god. Dude, I have a lot to prep. Can I show you something real fast? Hold up real quick. Look at this. Look at, oh my god. You know we are prepping. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go.
Constantly about what's coming soon. More data mining that answers many questions, more class tuning and runes, some clarifications from the devs over on Twitter, and World of Warcraft as a whole on how it's dominating the gaming space right now. My name's Sky for the Comeback Kids. This is your season of Discovery News. Grab a cup of coffee, sit down. We got a lot to discuss. By the way, if you're interested in leveling up efficiently and finding your runes quickly and painlessly as possible, check out in the description below our Rested XP link. Not only by doing this, you support the channel, but you gain direct benefits as well.
I have never used Rested XP. My wife has, though, and she likes it.
Literally the best guide out there for World of Warcraft. I promise, won't be disappointed. Okay, have you ever given somebody a gift for Christmas and you're just really excited for them to open it up? I think that's kind of how the developers are feeling right now when it comes to Phase 3. We have content creators all over the place making videos about what's to come and how excited they are. And with that being said, though, they did want to make it very clear over on Twitter that not everything we are seeing is 100% real. Items in particular will have stat changes before they go live, as well as runes and that sort. Now,
okay, I'm going to be honest. Listen. Prove me wrong. This is the third time now that the Classic dev team has said, hey guys, listen, don't believe everything that gets data mined. Don't believe, because some of it's going to be different. So far, actually all of it, as far as I know, has ended up being true. And it's like, if we didn't get it in Phase 2, now we're getting it in Phase 3. I don't even know that anything has been different, really. Has there been a single debate data mine thing? I don't really think so.
Now, when this sort of thing happened with Phase 2, I'm not going to lie, a lot of what we saw from the data mining actually went through when it comes to runes and weapon types and armor types that we were expected to see. But the exact stats and weapon DPS and all that may have been off. But at the end of the day, a lot of what was data mined was coming through in terms of the items, not the exact stats. So just make sure to keep that in mind when you're seeing all this information.
Also, I want to say something. There's something you might not know about me. I'm a little bit stupid. So I'm going to ask a question. Why is data mining even possible? Why is it not possible to just, I'm going to use a word, why can't they just encrypt this? Why is this stuff not encrypted? Okay? Like why are we even able to data mine? If they don't want us to know this stuff, just encrypt it. I don't know. I'm not a computer genius, but hey, do something. I don't know.
Additionally, I know the class balancing right now, specifically at level 40, is all over the place in terms of, you know, PvP and raiding, and we haven't gotten any class changes or updates in a few weeks, and I know a lot of people out there are starting to panic.
Yeah.
The developers wanted to emphasize
the last like 2 or 3 weeks, we have heard from the Classic team the least we've ever heard from them. Why? I would guess because Plunderstorm stuff going on in the background, and also I would bet that they're not only are they very busy creating, bug fixing Phase 3, but these guys are also working on Classic Kata beta right now also. They have their hands full. Me personally, I wish the Classic team would just really work on SOD content. My one problem with SOD, and it's a big problem, is that there's not enough of it. I want more of it, okay? What we get from them, I like it a lot. I want 2 times, 3 times. Give me more SOD content. Cataclysm? I don't know. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. I don't need it. I want more SOD. That's my thing.
That the phase launches next week, and with the new runes coming into play as well, the meta will be completely upended. So trying to tweak things right before that happens doesn't seem like a particularly good use of time, which I do have to agree that just seems kind of counterintuitive to make changes right now when you'll have to do it in like a week and a half or so. To emphasize this even more, Agron stated that there are class adjustments coming with the patch also. If you remembered, in our previous video, we actually went through a ton of class changes for pretty much every class out there, but in particular, the Shaman is actually getting nerfed pretty hard right now, which is to no one's surprise. In particular, Rockbiter weapon and its attack power scaling, Lava Lash's damage done, as well as some of the other things for Spirit of the Alpha as well, seem to be a great place to start with that class, but other adjustments for other classes are coming. Be prepared for that. Moving on, though,
this is what I have to say real quick. Can I pull up Warcraft logs mid-video? WCL Classic. I really hope that going into phase 3, we see a little bit more class balance in regards to PvE DPS performance, boss damage DPS, because we all know this to be true. Let me do, is it rankings? No, it's statistics here. And let's drop down to 95th percentile is probably a pretty good representation of how the classes are doing. There's a big gap, okay? Some of these classes are just gapping on the others. Look at how good Enhancement Shaman, DPS Warlock, look at how much better they are than Ranged Hunter, DPS Priest. It's kind of depressing. So I hope in Phase 3 Sunken Temple 20-man raid, I hope we see a little bit more parity between these classes. I'm praying. Let's go.
Personally, have been doing some digging inside of all the, data mined information on Wowhead, and I found some very interesting things I want to go over with you all today. Starting off, it looks like Ghost Wolves could be coming in next phase for Shaman. The reason I think that is because the Feral Spirits ability actually got data mined, which summons 2 Spirit Wolves under the command of the Shaman for 45 seconds.
That's
a couple other reasons to believe this is coming is we actually found some ability effects, including Shaman Pet Scaling, and a passive being added called Spirit Hunt, which causes your Spirit Wolves' attacks to heal them and their master for a percentage of the damage done. Now, of course, we don't know if this is 100%, but it would definitely be interesting to see inside a season.
Real quick, how would you guys feel about Spirit Wolves being permanent? What if in SOD we discovered that Shamans are now a pet class? They've got permanent Spirit Wolves. How do you feel? Yes or no real fast? No, no, hell no. It's overpowered. Awesome. You play a Shaman, my friend. No, no, no. Okay, so every Shaman player says yes, and every non-Shaman player says no. Okay, great. Glad we got that squared away.
In a discovery, considering all the runes that we are acquiring as of right now are mostly like basic offensive and rotational based stuff, I'm sure all of you know out there that Feral Spirits is a very major offensive cooldown for an enhancement Shaman, so that does lead me to wonder, if Shamans are getting an offensive cooldown that's very big and major, wouldn't it be normal if everyone else starts to get some very powerful cooldowns? I mean, for example, a Paladin may be getting Avenging Wrath. I mean, we already saw Feral Druids get Berserk last phase, so
I have to say, man, having like 2-minute offensive cooldowns is so great. Now, you know what? Maybe like 90-second, because I think having offensive cooldowns you can use mid-boss fight at opportune times. Okay, I'm going to save my offensive cooldown for the prime time, and I'm going to try to line it up with another. I like that a lot. It adds a lot of fun. It's like a premeditated approach to the boss fights. I like that a lot. So I think like maybe 90-minute offensive cooldown, CD 2 minutes at most, is about, because it also depends on how long are the boss fights. If you have a 60-second boss fight, it doesn't matter as much as if you have a 5-minute boss fight. Okay, so I would be happy to see this going into phase 3. Every class has some sort of short. This says 3 minutes here, some sort of short offensive cooldown. Now let's talk offensive cooldowns that are too long. The 10-minute helmet buff that we have in phase 2, I think 10 minutes is too long. You can't even use it. You can't even use it on every boss. You have to pick which bosses you want to use it on. That's not good. That does not feel fun, right? So it can definitely be too long.
So something like this doesn't seem too far-fetched at all. So that's something definitely you want to keep an eye out on when it comes to your class, maybe what could be coming in the future for you. Moving on, we also data mined an ability called Throw Concoction, which throws a bubbling cauldron at an area to cause an explosion of noxious gas and does not break stealth. Reading this makes me instantly think this is for the rogue and could potentially give you an area of effect, almost like AoE poison damaging type of ability that you can use before you enter combat, which seems really, really cool and fits the theme of Rogue perfectly in classic WoW, in my opinion. For Warlock tanks, we actually found Infernal Armor, which is on a 1-minute cooldown that infuses you with demonic energy, reducing all magic damage you take by a percentage equal to your physical damage reduction from...
That is a sick defensive cooldown. Wow, okay, so if you have 55% physical damage reduction from your armor, you pop this cooldown. Now you have 55% magic damage taken reduction for 10 seconds on a 1-minute CD. I like that. That's cool.
Armor. Now, it does say that it does require a druid here, but I do think that's just a typo error, considering the ability is called Infernal Armor and has a picture of Kill Jaden on it. So that could be a really solid defensive cooldown for Warlock tanks when it comes to fighting magic-based bosses. And lastly, when it comes to class changes, I saved the best for last, which is actually for the Warrior. This ability is called Meat Hook, which throws out a hooked chain to restrain the target and pull them toward you, working almost like a Death Knight's Death Grip ability.
That's kind of cool.
The reason I think this is for warriors because if you look at what it costs 15 rage. I gotta tell you, I think warriors could be very, very happy to see this embedded into the kit because
12-second cooldown also, man.
From a class fantasy perspective, they haven't really gotten anything cool or amazing at all, like Blade Storm, Heroic Leap, Titan's Grip. So I feel like this may change their minds, and it may be a great addition heading into Phase 3.
It seems like the classic dev team has been very, very hesitant to give warriors too much. We don't want to give them too much. We're only level 25. We're only level 40 now. We don't want to give them too much because everyone knows how good warriors are at 60. Warriors are the god at 60. And so if you juice them up too much at level 20, 25, at level 40, it's like, okay, maybe they're balanced now, but how does that look at level 60 6 months from now? It might be too much. So I think they've been very, very hesitant to give them too much.
Additionally, if you're a druid player out there, it looks like you're going to eat next phase really good because no more Wolfshed Helmet, no more Crowd Pummeler, because we just got some amazing news. It looks like it's been data mined that there are brand new druid-specific items inside of next phase that supply you with these effects as enchantments or on-use effects.
That's crazy. Wolf's Head Trophy. Use permanently enchant a helm slot item, causing you to gain 20 energy or 5 rage when shapeshifting. Druids are so happy right now. And then Catnip. It's a consumable. Use increases your attack speed by 50% for 30 seconds, and this is going to replace the ACP automatic crowd pummeler. Druids are so happy to see these two items. Wow.
Rather than having to have those items equipped. For example, we have the Wolfshed Trophy, which permanently enchants any helmet slot to give you 20 energy or 5 rage when you shapeshift in cat or bear form. And we also have the brand new Catnip consumable, which increases your attack speed by 50% for 30 seconds, which is supplied from the Emerald Warden's rep at being honored. This right here is a massive game changer for Feral Druid DPS overall, and it will allow them to continue to get brand new weapons and helmets, so a very, very major W for Druids here. Now, additionally, when it comes to Guardian Druid tanks, Agrin was asked over on Twitter about the Gore rune, stating that Lacerate will lower the cooldown of Mangle, but of course, if you know, Lacerate and Mangle share the same rune slot, which absolutely makes no sense, and this user...
Druid players have been collectively losing their goddamn minds over this post. For the last, 5 days, they have been going insane over this.
Was then asking for some clarifications. Agrin, of course, responded to this and stated that Lacerate and Mangle's placement was honestly just an oversight, and currently it's a tricky fix at the moment, but it's something they're investigating, and hopefully they can talk about more soon. So that could mean, ladies and gentlemen, that Mangle and Lacerate can be used at the same time and maybe be on different rune slots, which would drastically change the class overall and increase their DPS.
You know what this means? This means that on the classic dev team, they don't have anyone playing Feral Druid. If they had one Feral Druid player, just anyone on that dev team playing Feral Druid, this would not have happened. It's an oversight because no one plays it.
Big time. It would also make their rotation feel a lot more fluid. That would be a very, very big win for an underperforming spec. And lastly, for the discussion about class additions, it seems some players out there are making a case for Gladiator Stance Warrior, performing very well next phase. Concussion Blow on a 45-second cooldown to stun you. You have improved Shield Bash, a strong disarm, can use retaliation with having to stance. I mean, there could be a case that Gladiator Warriors could perform very well inside a dungeon environment and maybe, just maybe, can be the next speed-running tank for the meta inside of Season of Discovery next phase. I mean, you Warriors are going to have to let me know what you think about it in the comment section below because you're going to have to try out Gladiator Stance. You got the brand new Meat Hook. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I always love the idea of Gladiator Stance being in the game to pump out a little bit more damage while you know, supplementing some defense. I think it was a really, really cool idea. You guys got to let me know about it because you're getting some options now in PvP as well as PvE. Something very, very hot in the community right now is that Blizzard put out a developer post the other day stating that there will be free character transfers to move off of Chaos Bolt if players wanted that as an option, and it caused a very, very massive controversy in the community about that server's general health and the developer's decision making that change. They actually stated that when Season of Discovery first launched, they reassured us that there was no wrong choice for realms that you chose, and that if any realm's population started to fall disproportionately, they would enable free character transfers off that realm. They held that promise and opened up the free character transfers off Chaos Bolt, but here's
the thing, though. First off, I want to say, around the time this video gets uploaded to YouTube later today, I'm uploading another video where we really deep dive this topic. It's a 15-minute conversation. We just got done having it about Chaos Bolt. So if you really want to deep dive this topic, go check it out on my YouTube channel. I'll say real quick, it doesn't really seem, I don't have the stats pulled up right now, it doesn't really seem like Chaos Bolt population was falling off disproportionately. I don't think there was a disproportionate drop-off. I think Blizzard is maybe not handling this in the best way possible. I think a lot of people upset that Chaos Bolt is now kind of dead as a result of this change. I think their frustration is a little bit warranted. But I've got a full discussion. Go check it out on my channel. It's going to be up very soon.
The kicker, guys. You can only then transfer to Crusader Strike US in one other realm, and to double up on that, there are officially no more characters allowed to be created on Chaos Bolt. So to break this down in very simple terms, they're allowing you to transfer off the server to only high-populated 2 realms, and they completely cut off character creation, essentially just eliminating the server as a whole, and this has caused a massive issue within the community under the forums, in my comment section, everywhere I go constantly, players are stating to save Chaos Bolt because countless threads are talking about the issue and wondering if it's going to be fixed or adjusted because players aren't happy. So many other people voicing their opinions, saying things like the server was perfectly fine.
This thread here, made by this person, Live in Dead Girl, this is the top thread on the Classic WoW Battle.net forums. For the last 3 or 4 days, it's the #1 thread. People are pissed. It's an entire thread of people saying, hey, we are unhappy. We're the Chaos Bolt players. Blizzard, why did you do this? This is the #1 thread. People are pissed about this.
The population was fine. The community was truly endearing, and we don't want to play on mega servers. Other players are fine with the decision, but simply asking for other destinations rather than Crusader Strike and some of these other mega servers because they just want to go on, you know, a smaller realm, stating that it's actually a death sentence. Overall, I think it's important to remember that the developers here don't want to do anything to intentionally harm the gameplay experience for people, and they're just trying to do what's best for everyone else overall. So their intentions are always good, but I do have to agree that if they're opening up the realm transfer option, why not simply just open up the realm transfers to all realms? And I don't really see the purpose in locking the servers because that essentially means you...
Why not to all realms? This is like one thing we said a minute ago, and you're going to hear this if you go watch the other video I just referenced. Why not offer $5 paid character transfers off of Chaos Bolt? If we are to believe that there's a demographic of people of player on Chaos Bolt that's just like super unhappy, they're on the cusp of quitting, they don't want to reroll, just offer them $5 transfers. Let them pay $5, go off, and then keep the server up for everyone else. It seems like there's a lot of people that are happy on Chaos Bolt, and it's a small minority of people that are like unhappy, but they're too lazy to re-roll, and they chose to play there intentionally, but 5 months later now, at this point, 5 months into SOD, they're unhappy on Chaos Bolt. I don't know. Let them pay $5, go to some other server, go to any other server, but keep Chaos Bolt up for people that like it, right? Rather than just completely nuking it. I don't know.
Can't make any more characters. And that realm is dead. That realm is going to be destroyed now. I mean, could you imagine if you're playing on the realm you are right now and you cannot make any more characters? I would be absolutely livid.
And also, you can't do that with 5 days before Phase 3 comes out. Maybe you want to make a bank alt. Maybe you're going to make a professional. Maybe you're going to do this. Maybe you're going to do that. And it's like, well, actually, you can't. It's like, huh? Yo, Phase 3 comes out in less than a week. And now I can't even... And now I'm finding out my server is imploding that I've been playing on for 5 months. That sucks.
Gold that I farm, all the materials, the professions, characters, runes, everything, I can't use it to help boost up my other characters on a seasonal server. And I'm going to be honest, I don't love that decision here. And I'm hoping that, you know, something gets adjusted about this or addressed soon because players are going through it right now on Chaos Bolt. Hopefully they at least allow characters to still be created on this realm because people's entire lives for the last 6 months are on that realm. And if they want to stay there and want to continue to play there, they should be allowed to. Additionally, moving on to other WoW news, and this is something we're going to talk about in a long-form video very soon, but it's primarily to discuss WoW's future and the sub count it's at currently. Now, constantly throughout the years, players are stating that World of Warcraft is dying, or it's already a dead game, it's bad, it's not good, which seems impossible to even ponder on this since it's, you know, been the biggest MMORPG out there since its release, but all jokes aside though, it just really feels like World of Warcraft is inevitable at this point. Now, with the World Soul Trilogy being announced at BlizzCon, with this graph, it shows that the subscriber count decline is dramatically slowing down, and there's been a higher rate of subscriber recovery with content updates such as Season of Discovery, Cataclysm Classic being announced, as well as other versions of WoW being out like Hardcore.
You know the biggest takeaway from this chart? Shadowlands sucked. Shadowlands was so terrible for the World of Warcraft IP. And I mean, you can already see that here. It had a very sharp drop, but look at this, huge drop off for one expansion, but it's even worse. Think about this. Guys, do you think Burning Crusade Classic and Wrath of the Lich King Classic brought no one back to the scene? Do you like, because look, that's what this chart kind of looks like. The chart's like, hold up, TBC came out, it didn't go up. Wrath Classic came out, it didn't go up. And so let me say, of course, TBC Classic and Wrath Classic brought people back to the scene. Of course, people resubbed to play. Some amount of people, who knows how many, but of course some people came back to play TBC. Of course some people, people came back to play Classic Wrath, but you don't really see that on the chart here. Why? Why? It's because Shadowlands player attrition is so many people were quitting retail because of Shadowlands that you don't even see an upsurge of players when TBC or Wrath came out. It totally offset everything to the point where you don't even notice. That's how bad Shadowlands is. It counteracted whatever TBC and Wrath did. It was bad.
Shocking thing about this graph, though, is that in World of Warcraft, we are currently experiencing a record post-launch stability and growth, and we really haven't even seen the real
record post-launch stability.
Juice of the player.
Why? Okay, so what changed? What happened here? What's the common denominator? This is Dragonflight here. What changed? This is Season of Discovery. This is SOD. I'm telling you, people like SOD. SOD has been a success.
Count come back, which tends to happen around when a retail expansion drops. So I assume that as we start heading into the later time this year, where Cataclysm's released as well as The War Within is coming out, we're going to be in the best time World of Warcraft has had in over the last 10 years, which is absolutely incredible news. I know we all like to meme about WoW dying and them needed to, do something different. But ladies and gentlemen, the truth of the matter is that World of Warcraft subscriber count is absolutely pumping right.
I know there is a huge amount of people love to hate on Blizzard. And I've never shied away from that. If Blizzard makes a mistake, we call them out for it. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Blizzard over the last couple months has been so successfully experimental, and I think that they are benefiting from it a lot, okay? And by successfully experimental with the way that they handle the Warcraft IP, I'm talking Plunderstorm, seems to be well received, seems like people like it, seems like it's successful. Season of Discovery has been well received, people like it, and most certainly that is experimental. It's deviating from how they've always done. They've been more communicative with the player base across all these different times. And then also BlizzCon 5 months ago, almost 6 months ago, they came out, they said, hey guys, we know we've been up here 10 times with you, BlizzCon, and we announced a new expansion. Guess what? We're not gonna do that this time. This time, we have 3 new expansions for you. Chris Metzen is back. We've got 3 new expansions. We have a linear 6-year story arc for you. Okay, we're gonna tell you what it's gonna be about in advance. We want you to know we are back on track. Warcraft is back. And so you have 3 expansions at BlizzCon with a linear, cohesive story, as opposed to some of the fragmented, dumb stuff we've had in the last 5 to 8 years. And then on top of that, Plunderstorm. On top of that, Season of Discovery. It seems like Blizzard is kind of firing on all cylinders right now. And it's nice because it seems like it's being received well by the players. Good. I think we all want Blizzard to succeed. I do.
Harmony of a community. Not only that, though, it seems that there's even more to come very soon, because unless you've been living underneath a rock lately, the brand new Plunderstorm mode has been released in retail, which has almost worked like a highly skill-based battle royale mode, and it's being very, very well received from the public, leading us to believe that they're going to expand upon it very soon and elevate it drastically, like Blizzard always does with pretty much everything they copy. Additionally, though, we even got an announcement from Holly Longdale stating that there will be more World of Warcraft experiences to come soon. She wrote a brief article stating about how they're so happy everyone's enjoying the new experimental Plunderstorm mode, and that in Dragonflight Season 4, they have another experiment up their sleeves for us to play. They state, and I quote, "We hope those of you who are looking for PvE-focused content will enjoy what we are planning, all while we're continuing to press forward on development for our next expansion, War Within," which maybe leads us to believe that there's going to be a brand new PvE-based mode being embedded in World of Warcraft very soon, which has me very excited to see what's coming next for that. The point of what I'm trying to say...
Okay, War Within comes out, I forget what month, 2024, probably the end of 2024. Let's rewind a second. I want to look at this chart, zoom it out here. Do you think War Within is going to spike up? And by the way, this is actually I'll show you. We actually have a little bit more data on this here real quick. I'll put some numbers on this. We have, this is my Twitter feed here. Bellular originally posted this. So we actually have numbers. Okay, so right here when Classic WoW came out, approximate 8.27 million. Where we are right now, 7.2 million active subscribers. Okay, a couple months after Legion, 5.8. So you can kind of put some numbers on this chart here. Is War Within going to spike us up above 8.27, which is where we were when Classic came out? That's the highest it's been in the last 8 years. Is War Within going to spike us up above the Classic peak at 8.27? You know what? I would bet so. Because keep in mind, it's not just War Within now. Now it's not just War Within. It's Classic SOD is still going, right? It's Plunderstorm is going. It's people are playing Classic Era still. You have some people still playing Hardcore. Now they have all these different game types. Are we going to be over 8.27? You know what? Not that we're going to know. I really doubt we're going to know. I bet we hit 10 million. I would bet by late 2024, War Within comes out, I bet we're back up to 10 million. That's my bet. But we're not going to know, so who knows?
Being embedded in World of Warcraft very soon, which has me very excited to see what's coming next for that. The point of what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, is that all these things coming together can create such a healthy subscriber count for WoW. As we start heading into the future, I mean, there could be record-breaking stability, which is a really, really big thing for the community and the game as a whole. And moving forward, I mean, hopefully they continue to build off of this and create new modes, test out things, and try things that are new. I think people love new things like season.
You know what they need to do? When War Within comes out real quick, we're talking about media, marketing, promotion. I want to flip on the TV, or it's an advertisement on Twitch, wherever you're seeing ads. Hey guys, my name is Henry Cavill, and I play a human male warrior. Remember the old ads 10 years ago? My name is Mr. T. My name is Ozzy Osbourne, and I play. We want that. I want that. Let's do that.
In a Discovery, you know, this Plunderstorm thing, the new retail expansions, people want fresh, exciting new World of Warcraft, and having it all come together is a really beautiful harmony. And finally, it was announced yesterday that Cataclysm's beta development is underway, and levels 80 through 85 is now enabled and available for testing. So essentially that means that all the zones are now unlocked, as well as dungeons, quests, stuff like that, professions, and I'm sure a lot of content creators are going to be streaming that as well. I mean, are you guys going to be playing Cataclysm, by the way? Personally, I'm not really too interested at the moment, because I'm so caught up in Season of Discovery, as well as, like, you know, retail WoW every once in a while. So I honestly just don't even have time to, like, play or even consider playing Cataclysm at this point.
Here's my prediction for Classic Cata, okay? I think Classic Cataclysm is going to come out within 6 months. No, honestly, probably 3 months. Within 3 months, you're going to see a huge Classic Era 2019, no changes, fresh movement. You're going to see people blowing up the forums. Every streamer, every YouTuber, everyone's going to, you guys are going to say, Blizzard, we want no changes, fresh 2019 style. Let us do it again. Within 3 months of Cata coming out, oh my God, we need fresh, please.
Just so much I want to do personally inside of Season of Discovery. I mean, there are over 4 or 5 different characters that I'm dying to play on, and that's a pretty big problem. I mean, I've never in my history of WoW playing wanted to play 4 characters at the same time. Honestly, it's leaving me more stressed than anything, but it is what it is. It's awesome. Don't forget, if you have something to comment about Season Discovery so far with all these brand new additions coming to Phase 3, let us know about it in the comment section below, and we'll talk about it in the next video. First comment asks...
Okay, this is where he does the community comment section. I'm going to cut it here. I really like this channel. Great videos. The Comeback Kids, I'm going to link it in my chat. You guys should all like and subscribe. Great video. Like I said, we had a very, very big discussion just a moment ago, right before watching this video, on the Chaos Bolt server, Crusader Strike merger type of situation. Go watch that video. Good discussion. It's going to be on my channel also. Real quick, though, while we're here, I want to have a conversation with you guys about another thing. This is news that did not get covered in this video, so we're going to talk about it right now. Blizzard floated the idea just the other day of, let me go to the top of my Twitter page, of merging these giant faction-dominant, currently Classic Wrath PvP servers as we head into Classic Cataclysm. So the question here is, do you want to see the giant faction-dominant PvP servers like Benediction and Fairlina get merged into massive PvP servers with forced faction balance as we head into Classic Cataclysm? And so the forced faction balancing we've had sort of experimentally tested in SOD And so now I guess they feel confident with their capacity to force faction balance. And now they're considering, hey, by the way, we could do this with Classic Cataclysm. And how would we do it? We would take a server like Fairlina and we would merge it with Benediction. This server is almost 100% Horde. We have literally 100% Alliance. Merge them together and you have giant PvP server. Is this something that the people want? Okay, so I asked. Right now, my survey here on Twitter has 568 responses. 84% of people said, yes, merge them. In my live chat here, we have 1,800 people tuning into live chat. Guys, yes or no? Real quick, do you want to merge them? Yes or no? Every single person, make the chat blow up. And also say hi to YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Yes, 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 yes. Looks about 85, 90% yes. And then maybe 10 or 15% no. Okay, and then also, if you want some more data here, I saw No Hit Jerome. We like him too. He's on YouTube. Check him out. Do you guys want to see the Kata servers merged to create massive PvP realms? He has 1,300 votes. More votes than me. 73% say yes, merge them. 27% say no. Okay, so it seems like, by the way, seems like the hyper majority of people want these servers to be merged. Now, I have already leaked my vote. I'm the odd man out. I'm sorry. I think no. I think they should not merge the servers. I think they should let them be what they are. Okay? And I'll tell you why. I understand. I have the minority vote. You guys can hate on me. That's fine. I can take it. The reason why, who here plays on Fairlina? Who here plays on Benediction? Every time a new phase comes out, every time a new patch comes out, do you know Dalaran is unplayable? You can barely check your mailbox. You can barely use the auction house. Okay, and so I'm like, if that's already the way it is on Benediction, where with like for the first 2 or 3 weeks of a new phase coming out, like ICC comes out, you can barely check your mailbox for 3 weeks. You can barely buy something on the auction house. And that's how it already is on Benediction, on Fairlina, on Gehennas, on Whitemane. That's how it is right now. It's tough. And so you're telling me you're going to be able to take two servers that size and put them together and things are going to go well? So I'm worried about server lag. That's what I'd be worried about because it's already pretty bad. Beyond that, here's my take. This really you can disagree with. This is my opinion. I feel like beyond Vanilla WoW, beyond the confines of vanilla, no one cares about world PvP. Who cares? In Classic TBC, do people care about world PvP? No. In Classic Wrath, do people care about world PvP? You have flying mounts, you're zooming around 310%. Who cares? Like, I feel like you actually lose more from being on a laggy giant server than you gain. That's how I feel. And so what do you gain? World PvP that no one cares about at this point. And what do you lose? You lose, your server is lagging out. Okay? And so, I don't know. I understand I have the minority opinion here. Let me know what you guys think. You know what? I think part of life is sometimes you say, listen, I've got the minority opinion. All right, I don't win this time. We're going to do it your way, and we'll see how it goes. So you know what? Listen, I can say this. I disagree with you guys. Most people want these servers to get merged. You know what, Blizzard? If the majority of people that play this game want to merge these servers, you know what? Do it. I can take the L. I can say, listen, I'm a minority here. I got to take the L. Do it. And we'll see how it goes. That's the way life is sometimes. But I want to hear what your thoughts about that in the comments below. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Go vote in this survey here. You go to my Twitter page. It'll be linked. Go vote in this. You've got 19 hours left. I'm sure you'll have time to do it. And we'll see what people say. Anyway, this is also a point of big drama. And so if they do it on North American servers, Fairlina, Benediction, would they try to do it on EU? They would have to do... Gehennas is the top Horde European PvP server. Do we have... You have Everlook, but that's the Germans. Oh my god, it's going to be a total German takeover. Listen, the Horde is going to be European, and then it's going to be Alliance, 100% German. The Germans are going to be invading Gehennas. What else are they going to merge it with? I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think. But that's kind of all the news that we have at the moment. Please like, subscribe, go check out the Combat Kids YouTube video, and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe.